Hey everyone. In this part of the course, we're going to talk about creating and organizing folders. First up is creating a folder. So what we're going to do, if you notice, I am in my home page, so to speak, and it could be recent activity for you if that's what you chose, but I chose the course dashboard. So I'm going to go into my course and over to the left-hand side underneath my course picture, there's this first button up, materials. And notice that it's highlighted. So I'm going to go over just a little bit and you'll see where it says add materials. You're going to click on add materials and then there you go. Add a folder. Going to give it a name. I can give it a color, a description, and a date, and whether it's published or not. If this is a folder that's coming up later, remember we want to keep our virtual environment decluttered, well, not cluttered and clean, just like we would in our physical environment. So you might want to unpublish it now if it's not something that students need to see. Once I've selected if it's published or not, then I hit create, and right down here is my folder. All right, so now that you know how to create a folder, let's talk about organizing this because you can't go in here and delete the things from PowerSchool. Okay, so now that you know how to create a folder, let's talk about organizing those folders. There's several different ways to do this. Keep in mind that just as there's hundreds of ways to organize your physical classroom, the same goes true for your digital classroom. And so what works for you may not be what works for somebody else. The key to organizing this is to keep the interface simple for your students and be very consistent with how you're doing it so they're used to it. So I'm going to go over a few ways that you can organize these folders within Schoology. And the first way is, if you notice my reading right here, my reading course, I have organized these by unit. So everything that falls in Unit 1 will be in here. And that's one of the ways. But also look at how everything is blue. My folders are blue. Up here my landing page is blue. And my profile picture for the course is blue. So my kids will always know that blue means ELA in reading. And notice that I have 2 more units ready to go, but they are unpublished. Why would I want to do that? Because first of all, I want to work ahead and get things in there, but my kids don't need to see all of that right now. That's going to confuse them and lead to a cluttered environment. So I can come over to the gear and I click unpublish. Well, for here it would be published, but so once you build these out, you can go in and unpublish it. You can still see it, but your students can't. All right, so let's hop over to social studies. Let's see how I organize this one. This one I organized by topic. So notice everything's orange. And this one is done by wants and needs and then digital citizenship. So we're going to be dealing with wants and needs first. So that one's published and everything will fall in that folder. I can put folders within folders. And notice my digital citizenship, because that's coming up later, is unpublished there again. So my students won't get cluttered and they can't see it right now. And I can publish it when it's time. Let's hop over to math. So organized by weeks. So notice everything is by the week. And then I will just fill it in. Everything's red too for them. So if we hop over to my science, now in math I did the actual date, but here in science I just did week 1, week 2, week 3. And it is everything except for this week is unpublished. So I'm working ahead. I've built my content, but it's not published for the students to keep it streamlined and so that they only see what they're working on. And my kids will go up here to the navigation and they move back and forth throughout that. No matter how you choose to organize your Schoology page, keep this in mind. Whether it's by topic, date, unit, however, keep it simple, the interface simple, color coordinate, and be very consistent when you're doing this. And unpublish things that the kids don't need to see yet. That definitely will help, but allow you to keep building out.